Audio.
Is that good?
Oh, it's so good. So good. So good. I love good audio.
Yeah.
You ever met anyone with a nasty voice?
Say again, sorry?
You ever met anyone with a voice that's not listenable to? Listenable? Listenable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Scousers before? Nah, they're not too bad.
The only Scouser I know is Paddy Pimblett.
Oh yeah, you don't want to take the piss out of him. He's hard.
Yeah. He has a nice voice. He's just hard for me to decipher because I'm not used to that kind of English. Whatever that kind
Welsh,
of English is.
maybe like Johnny Davies. His is a bit graty.
Oh, just right in. Wow. Not messing around at all. I love the open competition.
Yeah, it's good. It's going well. It's going really well.
Jamie Walton.
It's me.
It's a good name. It's a movie star's name. But you look too young to be a business owner of 10 years. How long have you owned your gym?
12 years.
12. Holy cow.
Yeah.
You started prepubescent.
Well, I'm 37 now.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Let me do the math. Minus 12. In the 25-ish range.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was probably a bit too young, to be honest.
Oh, tell me why.
It's just, I think for anyone who does it, you know that it's kind of like all consuming.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best job in the world, definitely, but I think it's like it's so full on that like at 25 you're like, right, well, this is me now, you know, this is all I'm doing day in, day out. But so I think maybe leaving it a little bit longer, and yeah, I think maybe probably make some mistakes when you're a little bit younger with it as well, and maybe a little bit immature with some of the choices, but I don't regret it. It's been good. It's been fun.
It's interesting, right? You have all this energy when you're 25 and all this passion, and on one way you're really lucky that you knew what you wanted to do, but also it is, like you said, it's all consuming in a way. Like you could paint it in a negative light and like all of a sudden you're really chained to something. It's like getting a dog that you really are going to take care of. You're chained to it.
Yeah. And you're like emotionally, like you want to put everything into it to make sure it succeeds on multiple levels, because you've got like, you know, all the people in your affiliate you want to do right by, you want to make kind of yourself proud. So I think, yeah, it's all consuming, but I think we like deep down, I don't think any of us would change it.
Yeah.
It's a good job.
It could have been worse. You know what's worse is drugs. I don't mean this offensive to women. I think you're the greatest part about life, but chasing women, that's not a good habit. Drugs, chasing women.
Yeah. It's all consuming, but we get to do something good, don't we? Like I say to some of the guys who are like work here and the staff, and sometimes they find it challenging sometimes to like make sales and like, you know, persuade people to join the gym. And I'm like, we're not selling like vapes, or like we're not selling online gambling or anything, you know,
right.
We are persuading people to part with their money, but we're doing it then they're not going to regret it.
That is a really I've never heard it put like that. You can do it with a clear conscience. You're not trying to sell them a vacuum when they already have one. You're like, hey man, I'm going to add 5 years to your life. LIFE, your life. Yeah, that's cool. And increase the value of every day you're alive.
Like if you went into an affiliate and you talked to someone who was like 10 years in and you went, do you regret like the time and the money that you've spent? Would you get a single no?
No.
You'd like to think not, or they wouldn't be there.
Yeah. That's a really good point. And yet when I look back at my college years, there's not one. I've never looked back and been like, man, I really wish I would have got drunk that New Year's Eve. I've never said that.
Yeah.
You know what? I wish I would have drank a little more in college.
Yeah, I'm glad I had that extra half bottle of whatever.
Yeah, I've never. Yeah, and matter of fact, it's the opposite. It's like, oh my, you know, after Thanksgiving, you're like, oh my God. When you wake up the next morning, you're like, oh my God, thank you for. I'm so stoked I didn't eat dessert. You know what I mean? Or on January 1, you're like, oh my God, I dodged a bullet. I didn't drink last night. You're proud of yourself.
Yeah.
The gym. The gym is in Newcastle, United Kingdom.
Yeah, Newcastle, so like northeast England. Are you a Game of Thrones fan?
I am
So like the
a
Wall,
huge Game of
yeah.
Thrones, Game of Thrones fan. Huge, like absurd. I
So
watched the
like
whole series twice. I loved it.
if you see like where the U and the N is on United Kingdom,
Yeah.
pretty well, maybe it's a little bit lower than that. That's where the Wall is. That's where the
Oh,
Wall
really? There's
where the
some accuracy to really? Is that true?
yeah. Well, in my mind, it is. Maybe I'm kind
Oh.
of clutching at straws here, but essentially, like Newcastle, I think is the one where the Starks are from.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
Hey,
true
hey,
fact.
did you like the show?
Do I like the what Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I didn't like the ending.
No, the ending was not so good.
It was a bit shit. Yeah, but
Yeah.
bar that, yeah, it was excellent.
How far north of that, do you know in miles or kilometers from London?
I want to say about 250, 300 miles. So it's like 5 hours in the car, 3 hours on the train. Yeah.
It's faster on the train?
Then in a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think
Oh
we
yeah.
I don't think we have that in the States. I don't think we have a train that goes faster than I mean, it's supposed to, but with the stops, I don't think it does.
Yeah, it was
I
like
could be wrong.
yeah. So like yeah, about two and a half hours, 2.5, 3 hours north of London.
We should just keep coming across after we get Greenland and Iceland. We should just pick you guys up.
Take us with you. Yeah, that's where we are.
You born and raised there?
Yeah, so if you zoom in, Siobhan, keep going. So then if you go like let's go, do you see Prudhoe? I don't know why I'm saying that weird, Prudhoe. So we're going along the A69. There's Corbridge. So we're going left. Yeah, keep going. That's like
Corbridge.
that's roughly, and then if you keep going like another like 30 miles north of there, you get to a place. It's literally like in the middle of nowhere called Bellingham. It is like, we didn't like have a neighbor for like a mile in any direction. It's like the middle of nowhere. That's where I'm originally from. Grew up on a farm.
No stoplights in your town.
There were, but like farmers just have a sort of law to themselves. Like they don't take notice of like laws and things like that. So even if they were red, they would just drive through them.
Right. Tractors on the streets illegally moving from farm to farm, all that stuff. Hey, is this Halton Castle? That's like a real castle?
Yeah.
You been there?
Don't think so.
Do people when you're in high school? Do you go and you get your driver's license? Do you go to start going to like to castles to get drunk with your friends and party? Kids don't do that there. There's not like, oh, that's an abandoned castle. No, okay.
No, because it's like you. I don't think you take notice of really what's on your doorstep. Do you? You kind of take it for granted.
Yes, totally.
So like that's Hadrian's Wall. That's the wall out of Game of Thrones. That's what it was kind of based on.
God, look at all this stuff you guys have here.
Yeah.
And tell me, mornings as a kid, Jamie, like, did you have farm duties?
Yeah, like, yeah, kind of a funny situation. Like, we lived on the farm, but we didn't have animals or like anything like that. We didn't actually work the farm. My parents are in like timber harvesting. Were in timber harvesting. So like, the things that like roll through the forest and like cut trees down and put the timber on their back, because there's a huge forest up in Kielder where we're from. So no farm duties in the morning, but we had to like, the school bus was an hour in the morning and then an hour home.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Do you have kids?
No.
All right. If you have some, don't send them to school. It's pointless. Completely, utterly pointless. I don't know how they are in the UK. They are pointless here in the United States.
Yeah, mine was okay. It was all right.
Yeah, mine was all right too. I liked it, but I'm telling you, it's pointless. You could raise your kid in the gym and he'll be better at everything: social skills, math, practicality, balancing the budget, understanding money, knowing that hot chicks aren't all they're cracked out to be, all that stuff, all the important lessons. Watch out for the bad boys if you have a daughter.
Yeah, I will. It's not very common here, like homeschooling.
Is it legal?
I'd have to check.
Can you keep your kid at home and raise them?
Nah, I mean, I think you get fined if you keep your kid away from school here.
You had a baby, you kept him at home. We're gonna fine you for that.
Yeah, I think so.
We get money.
I mean,
we get money. You know that we get money
for not sending your child to school.
Yeah, but you got to apply for it, and then they got to come like to your house twice a year and make sure your kid's not like, you know what I mean?
Like an audit.
Yeah, basically, like they ask him, like when he's 15, they ask him what 6 + 4. You know what I mean? They ask him to read a sentence. They ask him to show him Newcastle on the map.
Yeah, the important stuff.
So that is quite a ride. That sounds like farm country. Hour in the bus to school, then school, an hour home. You did that all 12 years, basically 5 years old to 17 or 18.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was the nearest town.
And did you get in trouble on the bus?
Yeah.
It's a long time for a boy to sit somewhere without throwing a spit wad or pulling someone's hair.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a funny part of the world. Like, there's always people take the piss out of this, but it's actually true that on the school bus, on the way down, on the bus that we got on, there was at least 10 of us had the surname Walton.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there before anyone sort of just dives in with that. But yeah, there was a lot of us.
I don't want you to think I'm spying on you, but I had a vision. I'm a bit of a Nostradamus, and I saw you had your first kiss on the school bus.
No.
Oh shit.
No.
I'm not even close to Nostradamus.
And it wasn't.
I just pictured it. I could see myself in the 8th grade get like holding a girl's hand, and by the time I'm 16, I kissed a girl on the bus. No.
Yeah. No. I didn't know whether you were going to say, was it another Walton as well? And kind of go on that way. Yeah.
You didn't have your first kiss on the school bus? That's 2 hours a day to talk to girls. No.
I should have tried harder, I think.
Yeah. How about a hand holding? You ever hold a girl's hand on the school bus on the way to school or on the way back?
Do you know around that time, probably there wasn't that many girls on the bus that I was that into. And then it was the time when everyone started getting like mobile phones. So everyone became like really unsociable at that point.
Yeah.
So, do you remember the old Nokias with Snake, the game on it?
I was 30 when those came out.
Yeah, so
that 40 even.
So that came in like overnight. Everyone stopped talking to each other and just kept playing Snake for like. But we got really good at it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Let me just check one more boundary. Any livestock ever on the bus? Was it that kind of like anyone ever be like, well, as we're taking you to school, but we're going to drop off these 2 sheep at this other front? No, not quite that.
There was some feral kids, like, but no actual livestock.
And were you active kid?
Yeah, always.
What were your specialties?
So I used to play a bit of football when I was younger, so soccer. Before I kind of fell out of that. My brother got really good at it, which meant that I was like, right, well, you know, if he's good at it, then I'm not going to try. I kind of went the opposite way. Did a bit of like swimming, bit of like the golf course was near us, so like we spent a lot of time on the golf course. But when me and my brother were growing up, you'd like get to the weekend and it would be you just have like a list of jobs to do. So it'd be like, you know, chop the wood, like stock it up, or go and like do some fencing. Like, you know, we were driving the pickup truck on the farm at like 10, 12 years old, like just like trundling along, like throwing fence posts out the back and stuff. But it was a really different upbringing to like if I had kids and brought them up in Newcastle, you know. Like I remember my dad bought a digger, you know, like a digger, like an old one at the pub one night, and then I was sent, and I was like 15 years old, and I had to go and take it back from this other farm. It was just like
Like something that has like that tank tread on it with like a bucket in the front and it digs
Yeah,
holes?
like an
Wow.
excavator, yeah.
Yeah.
So, it was a bit of a different upbringing.
And you had never driven one and he's like, "Go get it." You're like, "No problem."
No, the accelerator was like a thing here. It's weird. So
God,
it was a different upbringing. We did a lot of jobs. We were just like made to, well, not made, but we were quite independent. Like, you went and just, if you needed something, you went and did it. I would like try and fix cars and stuff if I could, like tinker on with them and stuff.
what about wildlife when you were out there on the property? Snakes and lizards, or you don't have those in England? No.
We
No.
No, we do have snakes.
You
We've
do?
got like one venomous snake, which is like an adder, which is like, I mean, I'm guessing where you guys are, you wouldn't even count it. It's like a dangerous animal, but bar that, no, like cows, sheep,
No cool birds of prey. No.
not
Uh,
really. It's pretty
not a big.
tame.
Yeah, the United Kingdom is. I don't think of it as a big wildlife. The animals
There's
don't
there's
like.
a there's a lot of like really, I would say doing it a disservice if I wasn't saying there wasn't any of that, but there's no like bears or stuff that's going to kill you. Just
Yeah, like if a
yeah.
mountain lion came on my property, if you live in California and a mountain lion came into your neighborhood, you wouldn't be surprised. Even if
No
you
way.
lived in the city, you wouldn't be surprised. No. I mean, it doesn't really happen that often, but you wouldn't be surprised. Like we have this. I don't know if you guys have next door in the UK, but we have this thing called next door in my town. It's just basically where all old
Maybe.
people and people who don't have jobs go and complain about the neighborhood and talk about cracks in the sidewalks and shit like that. But if you go on there and you type in mountain lion, you'll see us every year. You'll see a sighting somewhere in your neighborhood where
So
someone.
they come and take people's animals, like pets and dogs and stuff.
Mostly no. Mostly you just like you'll see a picture of one, like just like a video of one like walking across someone's porch or something.
No, we just couldn't even imagine that here.
And,
No.
and when you played soccer, I'm guessing you got your legs underneath you, like you have a good foundation in running then as a kid.
I Maybe back then, but I hate running. I'm terrible at it. Like a CrossFit workout comes up for running, I'm terrible.
You're sick that day.
Yeah, I'll do it. Like, I'll do it because you got to kind of set the example, I suppose, that like whatever comes up, I should do it. But I prefer weightlifting. Does
Uh,
everyone not prefer weightlifting to running?
I think so. I've reached an age where I don't really prefer anything. I, I've reached to like assault bike and like strict pull ups and
Yeah,
you know
I get you on that. Yeah.
yeah 65 pounds front squats. You know what I mean? I don't even want to put the bar on my back. Um, and how when did you know you were into fitness from a young age? Did you enjoy moving?
Yeah. So I think fitness came along like in high school. Um, when my older brother, he was actually, he did get quite good at football, soccer, and then he started playing for like the academy of like the local team. So obviously football in Newcastle is like everything. Like, it's like a religion. Like Newcastle United is, like it's a huge part of this city.
Is that a
And my
world class team? Is that like they have a soccer team there that's like elite of the elite?
Yeah, there'll be a few that'll argue against that, but they are like, especially recently, like they got bought by the Saudi Arabian like PIF fund, and then
What league do they play in? What is their
Premier League.
premier? That's what it's called, Premier League, and that's the
Yeah,
Premier League in all of soccer.
so that's the English Premier League, and then Germany will have Bundesliga, and then Spanish will have La Liga, but they're all like top tier football, and then
Do the
Champions League,
countries do the countries play each other?
Champions League football. Yeah,
So if you're in the Premier League in the UK, like the only thing I can think like our leagues in the United States, they just play teams around the United States, and I guess every once in a while they play a team in Canada, and they all belong to the same league. Is the soccer, are they broken up? Each country has its own Premier League, and then every 4 years they play in the World Cup. Is that how it
no,
works?
no,
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 no, no.
every year.
Oh, every year. Okay.
So like the Newcastle, Man City, Liverpool, like the top teams will play. Like, if you get to a qualification spot within the Premier League, then you'll get into the Champions League, and then Champions League football is like against the top tier teams across Europe.
Okay. Does the US have a team in that has an option to go? No, we don't even have a team that. Even if we had a good team, could they even make it in there? Or no, they're not even in that league. No.
Because I don't know. I mean, regardless of ability, like they do it like, it's like Wednesday night football, so, or Monday night football. So the travel situation would be like insane as well. And then
Right,
you've got to
okay.
like fly back and then play Saturday, Sunday. And
Okay, let me ask you just real quick. I don't want to. I'm interested. I don't want to fall into a soccer class, but so all the countries start their seasons at the same time. Then the best teams from those countries at a certain point in the season stop playing each other and play the teams from other countries, and then
they
they have
don't
like,
even
and then they have a Super Bowl.
they don't even stop. They just like they do it through the regular national season,
Uh huh.
and then yeah, so they just play more games. I'm probably butchering this, like football isn't like my passion, and then there'll be members of staff like the guys downstairs who are absolutely obsessed with it, and I'm probably spouting loads of wrong information. But yeah, as best as I know, that's how it works.
Okay, excuse me. Sevon has to be the most clueless person when it comes to sports. Andrew, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Very defensive about that. Like he's attacking my masculinity. I was triggered. Listen, I don't watch sports where you don't use the upper body. I just made that up. Okay. So, back to high school. Your brother was into soccer.
Yeah.
He was good. So you're like, fuck that. I'll do something else.
No, well, he got in this academy program that he was at. They said, "Oh, like go and do this like strength and conditioning program that'll help with your football." And then when he was going, I would like kind of tag along, and then I got into lifting weights, but it was just like bodybuilding style, like bro splits. And like
the Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff, back and buys and
yeah,
chest
yeah.
and tries. Okay, yeah.
So like at 16, 17, when I started doing that, I was like, well, this is quite cool that I can, do this, feels good. You can start to see the changes in the way I looked, and I just carried it on. And then through like a summer job, I started working at like a health club near me. They put me through all my qualifications. Then I went off to university, and during my time at university, like got a job as well, working in another fitness club. And then on from there, that was about the point when I discovered CrossFit and realized that I totally neglected like any form of cardiovascular training, probably for 15 years at that point.
Yeah.
Hit me like a ton of bricks.
I think all of us did. Hey, and where did you go to university?
In Newcastle. So like just down where I am now. So like an hour away.
And how far is that from like Corbridge, Newcastle? How far is that?
Yeah,
journey?
about an hour. About an hour in the car, so not far.
Okay, and did you live at home or did you move to the university?
No, I moved. So bit of a culture shock. Like, we didn't have like saying like a neighbor around us for like a mile in any direction, like literally in the middle of nowhere. And then I moved to like if you could put a pin like in the middle of Newcastle.
Yeah.
Which isn't like a huge city, but just like the amount of people and the change in lifestyle and like seeing like it was just crazy. It was a bit of a change, but I never went. Like came down here at 18, 19 and then never left. Never went back.
Yeah, or you go from no one being within a mile of you to every wall in your apartment there's someone taking a shit in the bathroom in between you and 6 inches of sheetrock.
Pretty much. Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And what about the coaching part? When did you realize that you wanted to share or the sharing part of it? When did you realize you wanted to do that?
I enjoyed working in the health clubs. I think it was we work in an industry where people are coming in their leisure time. They're coming to like generally be quite happy and positive, and it's the time of the day that they are really looking forward to. So when you're working there, you've generally got people who are like in a good mood. They're happy. It's not like I'm a solicitor, I'm just writing nasty emails all day, or accountant telling people how much tax they've got to pay. You know, like you piss people off like daily, and that's part of the job. It was good to be in that environment, and I really enjoyed that. And then when I finished my degree, it was 2010, so we were like off the back of like the financial crisis, credit crunch, whatever we're going to call it. And my degree was in like project management for construction, building, surveying. So it was really tough to get work. So I just carried on doing the fitness stuff. And I started working for a local company which was doing outdoor fitness boot camps.
Is that year round in Newcastle?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, it is. It's brutal, especially at this time of year. It's like it's pouring here. It's so wet.
You ever show up to a class and there's no one there? Just you?
Nope. The guys loved it. So like we would have just tipping it down with snow, freezing cold, and I think the most I got at one of the venues was about 60 people.
Just on a horrible day with no human should be outside, and they're out there working out.
They loved it. It was kind of like Instagram worthy.
Yeah.
You know? It was like, oh,
and it kind of checks off your man card, right? It's kind of like I approve of that.
So no, it was year round. It definitely got busier through the summer. It was nice then, and then found CrossFit during that time when I was working for the bootcamp company, and it was just like
this is 2012ish, 2013.
2012, 2013, yeah, because I remember the first open workout I did was the 35, was it 30 double unders and then the light snatch.
Yeah,
you I remember doing that, and it was just killer. And I remember like the thing that really attracted me to it
was there muscle ups in that one too, or was it just a couplet? No,
just a couplet, and it was a repeat, I think, of the very first CrossFit open workout ever done.
Okay.
I think. I watched all the videos of Greg. That's kind of what really solidified it for me. Like, I'm a bit of a nerd.
I was going to say that's different. Other people are like, I watched all the games docs. You watched all of Greg's. That's like, I just checked the box, nerd. I just moved you from the center to nerd.
This is shows the nerdiness. So yeah, I watched all the videos, and it quantifying fitness, putting it into something that we could kind of hold up and see objectively whether we were making progress or not. I was taking people and running around parks, and like the only feeling whether you were getting fitter or not was like an emotive, am I out of breath? Do my muscles burn? And then when you watch the YouTube videos and you were like, well, that doesn't actually correlate to fitness. Like you could just be terrified and you would have a high heart rate and you would have high blood pressure.
Yeah.
It all kind of fell into place. And I was like, well, this is the better way of doing it. Why are we doing squats in the park when we could do CrossFit? And that was
By the way, I like the example you gave. I'm huge into context and relativity. Without context and relativity, no one knows shit. No one. You know what I mean? No one, like in the context you were saying is just because you're scared and your heart rate gets up doesn't mean you're fit. And that's the context of understanding what heart rate is. And so many people don't put things in context and relativity when they hear shit, and so they don't understand what the fuck is going on. They make stupid decisions.
But I think that was one of the things that helped me understand what Greg was getting on at, because he did that all the time, didn't he? And it was like
yep
use of analogy.
Yep, analogies, context, relativity. When you say you first heard about it, do you remember what that moment was? Did someone mention it to you? Did you go to .com? Do you remember the moment?
No, I was sharing a flat with a friend. His brother had gone to a CrossFit gym in Wales, where Johnny's from, and he said, "Oh, let's do this in Newcastle," and like we didn't go immediately. And then weirdly, like 2 nights later, we were watching TV, and this Adidas advert popped up. It wasn't even for Reebok; it was Adidas, and it was Spieler and Heather Bergeron, and they were doing some workout, and we were like, "This is crazy." And I think that was, so obviously that was pre Reebok, but I think at the time, Adidas owned Reebok, and that was the
Oh,
first.
yes. They don't still own it?
Nah, I don't think so. Adidas is making like a big comeback into it now, and I think Reebok's going to.
I wonder if I could find that. Oh, it's funny. I typed in Spieler and it switched it to speaker. I wonder if I can find that. No, I just typed in Spieler commercial.
But after we'd seen the advert and after we talked about it, we went down to the local affiliate, which is ran by a good friend called Jordan Wallace. He's a really good like CrossFit athlete, was very, very good back in the day, like multiple regional athlete. Walked in and just got absolutely buried.
You did.
The workout was.
I wonder if this is this it?
That's the one, yeah. Look at the shoes.
CrossFit's definitely a lifestyle. We view fitness as a lifelong journey, and that it's not something that's a quick fix. It's not something that you're going to get in a month, 3 months, or even a year competition. If you think mainly the focus just goes into the effort thing, I think that when people in their own way in their workouts and their lives.
Jacked.
Oh, and it says even Heather Bergeron. That's crazy. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen this.
And I don't know where that would have been for me to see it. Like, I don't know whether it was online or, I mean, surely that wouldn't have been on like UK TV.
I feel like I've been around forever, and I always forget what freaks these are, the people we're dealing with. We went to the IMG Academy. It's like some premier academy. I think Kobe Bryant went there. Serena Williams went there. Like it's a who's who. It's in Florida. And I remember we went down there and Heather Bergeron was there and Spieler was there and a bunch of like athletes. This is probably 2009 or 10. And I remember, and it's a crazy academy. It's massive. Do you know what I mean? Like golf course, soccer fields, tennis courts, all the just basketball. The weight room was insane. And Dave just goes down there with these 10 people who are just, fitness enthusiasts. This isn't like no one was full time. Everyone still had their jobs. And those fuckers and I filmed it, and those guys just broke every record at the academy. It was nuts. And yesterday I was watching the Cam Hanes interview with Jason Hopper, and Jason is just a bona fide freak. This fucking guy had never run more than 8 miles in his life. That kind of blew me away. Cam Hanes took him on this, half marathon run. And then right after that, he sets the record for some record that Cam Hanes has where you have to carry a 72-pound stone and run a mile and a half, and Jason breaks the record by 3 minutes. They're freaks. Bona fide freaks, right? That shit really works.
Mm.
Okay, so you see that, and then you guys 2 days later, and you guys go in right away? Yeah,
we went down, and it was like quite early days CrossFit, so the gym was in a railway arch. That's really common over here, especially in like London gyms. So like some genius at the railway.
I had someone on the other day who's like, we opened another arch. I didn't know what he meant, but I pretended to like know what he meant.
Glasgow guys. Yeah.
We opened another arch. I was like, okay, yeah. All right. Yeah.
So super common, cheap, commercial space. Not as cheap anymore, I suppose. But so yeah, we went down, and the workout was 150 American swings to 1.5 pood, so like 24 kilos for us.
Wow.
And so it was 150 of those. I'd never done a kettlebell swing before, and if you put the kettlebell down, you did a round of Cindy. So and then if you put it down a second time, you did 2 rounds, third time 3 rounds. So you just buried yourself into this like deeper and deeper hole of discomfort.
What is a pood and a half? Is that 53 pounds? What is that?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So that was a shock.
I'm kind of surprised they let you do that. I guess that was back in the day. That's a lot of weight to swing 150. That's a lot of weight to swing if you've never done a kettlebell swing.
Yeah,
Americans overhead, right? Is when you go all the way up. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it might have been like me and the guy that went down. We trained before, like we probably looked as if we could tolerate
You were young,
that
strong,
level.
strapping bucks.
Yeah, I'd maybe, and we could probably tolerate the load, but we'd never been through that movement pattern. And it, you know, no discredit to Jordan. It was just CrossFit in the early days. You know, it was like that. It was just different. And then we were so buried from that workout, and we just like picked ourselves up off the ground, and then it was like, right, we're going outside. We're gonna push the sled up and down the road, and we did that until we like nearly puked. And you know, no one mentioned the word Hyrox, which was nice. And then we went back, and I remember just like sitting at home, like that was awful, and I'd never like felt so good after a workout as well. So that was it. Just wanted to do more.
Were you blown away? Were there people finishing like, and you were only halfway done, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, one of the girls did it unbroken, just 150 swings off the belt.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And she was 52.
Yeah, she's a bit older than me. Yeah.
Oh,
Crazy.
that's crazy.
I mean, even Jordan, Jordan's like 5'4" and change, and like he was incredibly fit. Like you would like look at him and go like, this guy's not going to be able to, like the owner, and he was just so good.
And just demolished it. And sore as shit the next day.
Oh yeah, but like good, you know, like you were so sore, but it was nice. It was like you knew you'd done something.
And you were hooked. You went back and got a membership, or you started doing it like at a Globo gym, or?
Yeah, well, I got a membership, and then the company that I was working for wasn't too far away, so the guy claimed that it was like a conflict of interest. So I had to then start traveling to another CrossFit gym that was much further away. Ended up working there.
Wait, you worked at a gym and he wouldn't let you get a membership at a gym that was nearby because it was a conflict of interest?
They'd fallen out previously. Yeah.
Wow,
it was, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a dick move.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's an element to like, if I'm becoming like a CrossFit evangelist and his product isn't CrossFit.
Yeah.
It should have been really on me, I think, to some extent, to say, look, you know, I'm going to back away from the stuff that's not CrossFit because I don't believe in this as much. You know, it probably was me stringing it out too long as well, like trying to do both. Yeah.
So you start going to that gym and you fall in love with it?
Yeah, so went to Tyneside for a bit, and then when I had to move, I went to another gym that isn't there anymore, and I started working there as well. And then I did my level 1 not long after.
What year was that?
I want to say like 2014.
Did you pay for it yourself, or did your gym owner pay for it?
No. I paid for it. It must have been 2013, because if I've had this for 12 years.
Yeah.
2012, 2013. And it was Flowmaster was Carl Steadman.
Mm-hmm.
My like country manager, Andy Edwards, he was doing an internship, and he's like level 4 now, so it was interesting. And there was just some interesting people like on that level 1. I mean, it was when level 1s were really, really busy. I mean, I think there was maybe 50 people on my level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more.
Do you remember any of the other trainers there? Anyone from the States?
Don't think so.
And what did you think? And what did you think about it?
It had given me more education in 2 days than I'd had in the years of like conventional, what we call level 2 and level 3 fitness qualifications. It had given me more useful information on how to get someone to move through a squat, deadlift, press, all the rest of it. Usable things that can affect people, to give them the skills that they can kind of maintain their body. It wasn't how to change the pins on a plate loaded machine or selectorized machine. It was revolutionary, really. So I couldn't speak highly of it.
Every once in a while, not very often, you'll meet someone who's like, yeah, it was just a level 1, or I expected more. And I'm always like, did you not go to the same fucking course that I did? I wonder, how much did you know? Were you not listening, or were you already the smartest guy in the world? How do you not go to that and leave being like, holy shit, I'm ready to run through, this term is used a lot, but I'm ready to run through a brick wall. Like, you just can't, like, you want to do every workout in the book after you leave there.
Well, you leave on the Sunday and you're like, right, I'm ready to like fix everyone's.
Yeah.
And then you actually get back and make people slightly worse for a bit. But I wonder whether it's a product of more information being available, more information on like the L1 and videos and stuff being released online, so you get like a bit of a preview, whereas there wasn't that much available when I was going through it that back then. So everything was like, and it was such a refined process even back then. And I mean, obviously you're on the inside, like the iterative review process. It was like Carl was there leading it, but he was also reviewing the staff who were doing it and then feeding back to them. So it looked as if every single L1 was having this feedback loop that would then improve it for the next one and improve it for the next one.
Yeah, the feedback loop at CrossFit that Greg and Dave and Nicole ran was crazy. It was a lot. It was intimidating. It required these people are like absolutely competent and knowledgeable, and yet they have to take feedback after every level 1. It's wild.
But I suppose it's the proof is in the product. It's just so refined. It's just so good. It was a bit more raw back then as well, and I really liked that about it.
Did they do Fran, or had that been outlawed yet?
No, we did Fran.
You did?
Yeah,
Fran.
We did the pull-ups. We did the pull-ups. There wasn't the burpees. And we did is the strict ring muscle up still in the level 1?
I'm guessing it is. Yeah, I'm guessing there's a level muscle up station.
Yeah,
I haven't been to one in 4 years or something.
Someone was saying that in one of them, people kept like tearing their bicep in skin the cat movement, like in one of the ones that they were coaching. I don't know if that was like a specialty course. So that was removed. And then when the pull-ups are removed from and replaced with burpees, I don't know.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's embarrassing. I did Fran 2015, so it wasn't out yet. Yeah, nothing more dangerous than to coach after a seminar. Yeah, I injured so many of my friends. Holy shit, I injured so many of my friends. Okay, and then so you go back and you start coaching at these gyms. Are you like, okay, I have my level 1, I'm ready to start coaching classes?
I started coaching at the gym that I was allowed to coach at, and where there wasn't the conflict of interest, because I still needed to work for the other company, and started working there. That was really good. Loads of experience. It was very, very raw back then. CrossFit still, like, people still figuring out what worked in the affiliate. And then I don't even know how I kind of came onto the idea of, I went into my level 1 with absolutely no, like literally no want to open an affiliate. Didn't want that at all. And then I think it was a mixture of, I was working at a quite a nice private health club up in Northumberland, like just north of Newcastle. And I started doing some CrossFit stuff with some of like the women and the guys, I suppose both of them, but mainly like, I started doing personal training with some of like the coffee morning women there. And they were getting really, really good results. And I was like, they're never going to come to a CrossFit gym. Do you know what I mean? Like they're never going to walk into one of the gyms that I was going to, because it was very spit and sawdust.
Yeah. I was going to say, what's interesting is your gym is one of the nicest looking CrossFit gyms I've ever seen. And now I'm hearing about your lineage of being with the trophy wives. I just made that up in my head. My words, not yours. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, they had locker rooms and stuff
They did, and
saunas
yeah.
yeah.
It was a health club, you know. It was like
Yeah.
a high end health club, and then in the studio room, like we had the barbells out, and we were doing like 21:59, and we were doing like 800-meter run outside, and then they were coming in, and they were getting really, really good results. So why could we not make something where these guys would feel right at home? Essentially, why don't we just make it clean?
Yeah. So it's just a CrossFit gym, but a clean one.
Pretty much. That's all we did in the beginning. And that's no disservice to anyone else at that time. You know, the early adopters didn't care whether it was clean, dirty, on fire. Like they would have gone whatever.
Right. I remember the first gym I went to was Craig Howard's gym. He's in a new location now, but he was basically in a steel shed. Like you felt like you needed a tetanus shot just to walk in there. Yeah, this place is nice. These pictures don't even fully describe it. This place is amazing.
There we are.
How many members do you have, Jamie?
450.
Holy smokes. Okay, so tell me, and how many locations have you been in?
Just one.
Same location the whole time.
So a funny situation really for us. It was right. How do I explain this without? We ended up opening in a really, really good location, but
who's we? You have a partner?
Sorry, no, I'm like the royal we, collective we.
Okay.
Me
okay.
Opened up in this location, and around this area, all the industrial stock is owned by like a pension company, so you can't get the zoning permit to change it into a gym. But it's the best location, I think, in Newcastle because it intersects like two of the main roads. Anyway, a family business had gone bust during the financial crisis, so kind of the reason why I couldn't get a job was also the reason why I was able to get the gym in the location that I could. So that's a bit of a sort of confluence of things going on there. Ended up opening in this location, and we just kind of kept taking more and more and more space in the building that we were in. So the building was cut into service bays where like plant hire machinery was getting serviced, and we took like one of the sections originally, and then we would take the next one, and then take the next one, and then take the next one. That's our competitor, CrossFit Tyneside. That's Jordan, to be fair. Shout out to Jordan. We're CrossFit Northumbria is our
look at, I type in CrossFit Newcastle and his shit pops up.
Yeah, what's that about? Defiance. Let's go yeah, so if there we are, method training.
Okay. There we go. Okay, and there's the roads. That's the roads you're talking about. The fork.
Yeah, so that's like the main road that goes through the entire country. Let's say.
Oh yeah, you got a good spot.
But there was nothing else. There was nothing else there, so we were really lucky to get this this space that we're in, and we just kept taking more and more space. So it's not that much bigger. We just have a huge timetable, like a lot of classes.
Yeah. What was the business that went out of business? The mom and pop business you said that went out?
It was like a construction business.
And then how did you get into the? So you said, I thought I heard you say that it wasn't zoned for that. You got some sort of exemption.
So it was the pension company that wouldn't give the zoning. So it was almost like the city council might give you it, but it was because it was part of the big pension company. They wouldn't even entertain change of use away from industrial to fitness. So you had to go to like somewhere in that area that wasn't part of this like giant pension fund.
So how did you get past that? How did you get over that?
Well, one of the only buildings in our area that's family owned is the one that we're in.
So, okay. That wasn't
just outside. Okay. Yeah.
You have good parking?
Yeah, we didn't, but we built our own car park. You know, 2 of them actually, like literally like laying asphalt. You know, like tarmac we call it.
Yeah. That's wild. So, and you've been there for now 14 years, 12 years?
12 years.
Crazy. You ever almost lost a spot?
Yeah, like, yeah. So probably, was it this time last year? Maybe a little bit longer ago. The two guys that own it, one of them's a member and his son's a member and his whole
Oh,
family's a
that's
member, really.
nice. That's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. My sort of direct report contact for the landlord, like I train with him every day. It's totally changed his life. So obviously he's if it's like, oh, can you turn the music, like we never get told to turn the music down or anything. But these guys who own it, they wanted to sell it, the whole site. So I got a bit of an ultimatum of, you buy it or it gets knocked down. And yeah, so it was like 12 years of work, and it was like, you have to either buy it or
Oh, this is recently.
probably about like 12, 14 months ago. So we just had like a pretty sort of regular rent meeting that we normally have. And then it was just like, right, here's the situation. We've got people who want to buy it, like buy the site. We're giving you first refusal. If you can't raise the money, we're going to sell it to this company. And, they have no interest in the site as it is. They would just bulldoze it. So it was either we buy it or and like I've just said to you previously, there's nowhere in the area that we could have another gym.
Are there other tenants in the building on the property?
Yeah.
How many?
Just 2 others.
Okay, so it's not just buy your place. You had to buy all of them. And what happened?
Still going through it at the moment. I mean, we're nearly there. We're like super close to getting it over the line. But it's funny, taking your level 1 and starting a gym. There are so many things that you end up doing that aren't teaching fitness. Like I have absolutely no idea about like when we start employing people, like I have no idea about work contracts or pensions or sick pay or anything like that. And then we're into
the government with their hand in your pocket for every new employee you get.
Yeah, all that stuff. And then more recently, like I have absolutely no idea about purchasing commercial property or how to fund it or who to go to or anything like that. So it's all the things that aren't actually the direct running of the CrossFit gym that take up a hell of a lot of time. And what alternative do we have? Like we have to do it. There's no way that we can do anything else. So we're close, like I'm 99% confident that it'll get through within the next like 2 months.
But by the way, if you go onto his Instagram or to his website, you will see this is not a normal gym. Like you can tell that someone has cared about every nook and cranny. Like this is your baby. Like the facility is like almost like a piece of artwork. Like you can tell you've put a lot of care into it.
Yeah, we
it would be a tragedy to disassemble it, just based on what it looks like. Not even mentioning the services it provides.
Yeah, I think it was a very, very stressful time to go, well, these are your 2 options, because the amount of funds that we needed to even get a deposit is just so high. We need it's quite
you're in Newcastle. You're in some of the most expensive real estate in the world, and you're in a great location, right?
I mean, definitely not some of the most, with London prices are probably like to the power of 10 more expensive than what they are in Newcastle, but it's still 7 figures, and we have to have nearly 40% of that in cash as like a deposit. Well, if you look at like a commercial, if you look at any other CrossFit gym and you said to the owners, look, you've got to save like £400,000 and then have that ready, it's a tall order. And then if you say, well, you're going to have that, or it's being bulldozed. So
holy shit, that's a stressful time. What's your timeline on that? When will you?
It's been going on now for about 14 months.
Oh, so that's cool. So the owners are being pretty patient.
Patient, or they can be quite pedantic. It's took a long time to get to this point, but a lot of it's been out of both of our hands. You know, you need to have like environmental surveys. You need to have
Oh boy.
you need to like, and it was previously used as like a plant hire depot. So then someone comes out and like takes a sample of soil and then checks if it's got diesel in it.
Oh,
of course it's got diesel in it. Like my truck like pissed diesel all over the place. Like, of course it has. So then someone else in an anorak needs to come out and like test stuff, and then you need to pay them a lot to come and like swab something. Yeah, but we're getting there.
I live out in the middle of nowhere, and I remember I had to have my property surveyed to build a fence, and that's where they just tell you where the lines are of your actual property that I fucking already own. And I remember that was $3,500, and some guy came out for an hour with a couple sticks, and he's like, "All right," puts a nail in the ground that draws a line. There's your house. I was like, "You motherfucker!" Yeah.
But it'll be worth it. You know, in the end,
dude, it'll be crazy if you get this. It's like a whole new chapter.
So
and then you'll be a landlord, and you'll have tenants. What are the other businesses?
One of them's a plant hire company still.
What is that word you keep saying? Plant tire company?
Plant hire, so like construction equipment. So we call it like diggers and cranes and stuff. We call it plant. Okay. So there's one of them. Yeah.
And what's the other one?
A cybersecurity company.
Oh, okay. So they're pretty
Very
chill.
different.
Just some dorks and on like with trucks and computers and shit. All right.
Like 3 of them are like members, so they love it.
Seema, you overpaid. Surveys are only $500. Dude, I paid $1,900 to have the springs changed in my garage. Like I'm always getting bent over. Just bent over. The shittiest garage. My whole garage door isn't worth $1,900. I get bent over for a living. Jamie peed in a cup for the sample. He got confused. All right, and so you get in going back. So you get the place and you open up. And how is it that you have so many members? What did you do? What was the membership growth like between then and now?
Pretty good. We opened up because of my previous work with the bootcamp company. I opened up and there was like 30 to 40 people who kind of came across and wanted to do CrossFit. Which was good. That gave me a bit of a head start. And then we just built like super slow. We have never took outside investment. We've never took a loan. So we just like pretty much reinvested everything straight back in. We had to make some pretty hard decisions though. Like probably about in year 1 to year 2, I went on like a business consultancy course with a guy that used to own CrossFit gyms in Australia. And up until that point, it was more of like a hobby gym. And he just did some like basic maths, like kind of working backwards, going like, look, if you charge this and then you get this much in tax and then you've got to pay your staff this much and all the rest of that, this is what you're going to be left with. And until that point, I was just kind of guessing really what the rate should be. So that was like a big eye opener. And once we started implementing some of the bits from that, the growth really started to kick off.
Why would the growth take off from that? Like in my mind, I just deciphered what you said, and you just raised rates on everyone by 5 pounds. But why did what's the direct connection to growth?
I think it was the professionalization of it. So when people came through the door, they were getting like a service that could be matched to the price, I suppose. So so we were like just super simple things like make sure the place is clean, make sure it was tidy, make sure it started on time, make sure that we had the correct levels of equipment. Nothing revolutionary. Making sure that we contacted leads quickly, actually did some sort of advertising and outreach. And then things started to compound and friends bought their friends and it started to grow.
anything that you would say is the single most impactful? It's funny that you say start on time. I hate taking my kids somewhere where some shit's not starting on time. I hate that shit. You get
Yeah.
there and there's someone, my kids are ready to go and some people need to braid their hair or put their geese on or they haven't got their rackets out. And I'm like, now we've been here 10 minutes and my kids are still not doing shit. Like that shit fucking sets me off.
Yeah. People's time is their like most important asset, I suppose. So like when you take that for granted, you don't know what you're doing. And like if a class of 24 people overrun by 10 minutes, like you've just potentially like screwed people.
That's
Like
240 minutes combined between all of them. Yeah.
So like it's the least we can do to make sure that the classes are planned correctly, that they're gonna. It's not glamorous stuff. Like it's not what we describe as like super fun, but it's the stuff that if it's put into practice in this, like God forbid we say the word systems, but like systems are put in place that people can follow, we get something that's consistent, and then we can improve on it in the same way that, like, let's say we were just talking about the L1. If the L1 was totally different every time, then you haven't really got a benchmark for
Right.
improvement.
Right. That's so interesting you say that because they would be very critical if someone started tweaking it on the fly. That we have this hamburger place in the United States called In-N-Out, and it's so popular, and it's shit burgers and shit fries and everything about it. Their shakes suck. The lines are fucking long, but the place is clean, and the people who work there are so nice, like consistently. Like they just have a way of talking to you and greeting you, and all their outfits are the same, and the bathroom's clean, and it just like it's enough that you just know you can tell they give a shit.
Yeah. What does that cost? Like what does that cost a company for like
to
giving a
make
shit?
sure that tell every employee you're going to be fired if you don't smile and say hi? That's pretty cheap improvement. Yeah. Is that what you're suggesting? That like, hey, some of those things are like just free?
Some they're totally free. Like it costs the same for someone to be rude, for someone to be nice and greet people, but it needs to be part of the culture, and it needs to be almost like it needs to be reviewed. It needs to be systematic. Each person, like whether you're coming to the 6 a.m. or coming to the 6 p.m., they need to get the level of experience that's like across the board. And I think when you start making that happen, the growth comes a little bit quicker.
That's funny. So I can't remember who I've had on, but in the last 2 weeks, I have had a bunch of you guys on who are really crushing it. And one of the guys said, yeah, I want no matter what class you go into, the experience to be the same, there to be continuity. Yeah, here's another one, Chick-fil-A. I think they only hire like religious kids and shit. Like every kid there looks like they fell out of the Christian church. You know what I mean? And they're all just like polite and they just seem like they're well-raised kids.
No opening on a Sunday.
Yeah, I don't think that place is even open on a Sunday. Yeah, and they got like Bible verses and shit in the inside of your milkshake, and it's like, but whatever it's the same every Chick-fil-A. Just cool people.
And like,
whereas you go to McDonald's and the lady could give two shits.
Yeah,
barely has mastery over the language.
You don't want that to stifle creativity. That's always the danger. You don't want robotic, especially in something as cool as CrossFit. You want people to be able to like coaches to express their own personality. You want them to bring something to the class that is like quite unique to them. You don't want to trample on that. But yeah, that's the line you've got to kind of like tread, really, I think, with it.
Can you give me an idea superficially of what that consistency is, like what you demand from your coaches?
Yeah. So like the reason I was like dripping in sweat when I started the podcast was we all do coach development on a Tuesday. So we get all the staff in and we all go through like drills and coach development and make sure that the product's standardized
That's every Tuesday.
Every single Tuesday. Yeah. So there's like 12 of us that'll come in and do that. And we'll go through like programming if we need to. So like we'll review the programming for the upcoming weeks. Any questions can kind of be answered. So just like little things like, let's say it says like, dumbbell snatch. Someone doesn't kind of get in their head that it's like double dumbbell snatch and it totally changes the workout for the 6 a.m. compared to the lunchtime class. Something like very, very small like that. But we'll try and smooth things out before those problems arise. classes have to start on time. Coaches know exactly what they should be doing along the class timeline. They know what drills they should be kind of looking to try. They don't know the exact drill, but they know, like, like today we're going to
Uh-oh.
put your own spin on it, but do that.
Right. I kind of missed that. Say that again. So the drill. So like everyone, if you're doing snatches, all the classes will do the Bergner warm up.
So maybe it's like, let's say we're going to work on the receiving position of the snatch. So we're going to work on like the bottom of the overhead squat.
Okay.
Some coaches might do it a different way, but each class is going to get exposure to some skill development on the bottom of the overhead squat.
Okay.
Something like that. So we'll specify the skill, we'll specify what we're trying to achieve out of it. Coaches can put their own little spin on it so it doesn't become too robotic.
Are you still coaching?
I am a little bit more now. I did a couple last week, but not as much.
And
No.
when so you're not on the schedule, you're more like if someone's sick or something, you'll be like you'll step in.
Yeah, I kind of just fill in a little bit.
And how long have you been sort of out of the schedule?
I've been out of the coaching schedule for, I would say, solidly probably for about 6 months, maybe a little bit more actually, maybe about a year. And then before that, I didn't do that many classes probably for a good few years. And it's by no means like I still really enjoy it. Like I was just saying to a couple of the other members of staff, I really enjoy doing it. But what I don't enjoy now is I finished the class on Thursday and there was like 16 emails that needed action piling up. And then that needs to be done. And then sometimes I can be a little bit distracted from that. So I think that my coaches do a better job of coaching than I do. Definitely.
How many people work at the gym?
16.
16. Wow. That includes you?
17, including me.
So 17 people and 450 members.
Yeah.
Who cleans the gym? You have a service?
No, we do.
You guys clean it?
Yeah, we do. And I wouldn't change it. Like even as we've got more members and we've like more revenue coming in, we probably could provide a service, but you're starting to notice a lot of things when you're cleaning it. So like, say you're cleaning down the echo bikes at the end of the day and you notice that like, one of the bolts is maybe loose, like the cleaner's not going to like give a shit about that.
Right.
So then so it almost like comes into equipment maintenance. You also start to build a level of care, like firefighters will probably clean their own fire engine, won't they?
Right.
I like to compare it to the same to us, like equipment maintenance is part of our job, equipment, and that means cleaning it as well and servicing it. And when we do that, like if coaches don't just come in and coach and then just like leave, if they care about the equipment and they care, like it's a lot of the product. Like if you jump on like I did a drop in not so long ago, and like, do you know on the ski erg?
Kind of. I don't really. I don't fuck with the ski erg, but go on. I'll pretend like I do. You won't know.
It's got like a frame that comes down on the floor mounted ones and like 2 bolts.
Yep.
Every time I was like cranking on the handles, like it was like rattling these bolts at this like drop-in gym. I was like, that's never going to happen here. It wouldn't piss anyone else off, but it pissed me off.
Yeah. Well, that thing's taking away your transfer of energy just a little bit every time you pull. Like I could have been down 1 second earlier and we're chilling already.
So I think the coaches get a deeper level of care for their product if they also clean it.
My seat on my assault bike has been fucked up for like 6 months, and every time I don't realize it until I'm like a minute into the ride. So yesterday I was a minute into the ride. I'm like, fuck this. I got off.
So annoying.
Like, yeah, I'm fixing this thing. I got out the 50-cent wrench. And then what about the Open? Have you guys always been a big Open gym? Participating in the CrossFit Open?
Yeah, we've pushed it. But last year we had a bit of a breakthrough. We finished second worldwide last year. Just
second worldwide.
Yeah, 322 we got signed up last year. We knocked CrossFit Glasgow off the top spot in UK just to drop that in there. Yeah, so we did really well last year, and we did it just really simple idea that we just bribed everyone with t-shirts. So like sign up, get a t-shirt, and I wanted to balance it with like Rogue was giving away those gift vouchers. Do you remember that? So they gave away like a $2,500 voucher if you finished like high in the participation. So I was like, well, if we can get the voucher to kind of claw a little bit of money back from the t-shirts, that'll offset it.
Oh.
And then when 322 people signed up, we spent like nearly $7,000 on t-shirts, and we got a £2,500 voucher. But actually,
failed business model. I love it.
it wasn't smart business sense, but it opened up so many doors that I don't think would have opened if we hadn't done it. Like, I wouldn't have met Pedro, Coffee Pods and Wads, if it wasn't for that and all those people signing up. And then through meeting him and then getting on the show with Johnny and JR, like I've just been doing some programming this morning and sending my programming to Johnny and JR, and then they give, like, I think it's the doors that it opens, the doors that it has opened for the cost that it cost has been more than worth it.
Are you a regular on that show?
Yeah.
And so do you guys rotate?
How do you mean?
Because isn't it usually just 3 of you on? When I've seen it, I feel like it's only 3 of you on.
It's Pedro, Johnny, me, and JR.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, JR. Sometimes if it doesn't sync up for him, it's sometimes just me and Johnny.
Okay. And what days is that on? Mondays,
2 p.m. UK time usually.
And are you enjoying that show?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. So good. We all have very different attitudes to the way we run our gym, but we kind of get to the same outcome.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about member experience, and we just get there in different ways. Like, I'm probably a little bit more corporate, a bit more sort of business orientated than the other two. I would say Johnny is somewhere in the middle. I'd say JR I've never met the guy in person, is like, I sent him my programming and he was just like, do this, and it made perfect sense. He's really, really talented at that stuff. So we all kind of have our areas of expertise, I would say, and it works well.
JR has an incredible bedside manner too. I think he used to be a nurse, but he's so good with people.
Mm.
But not in a most people who are good with people are like over the top nice. His is kind of the opposite. He's just kind of like over the top, impossible to read. And so it's like, yeah, his bedside manner is great.
He's
like
the
no
definition
ego.
of like minimum effective dose communication. He says exactly what he needs to say in the least amount.
Maybe we should give him a nickname like that, minimum dose, MD. JRMD. Maybe if I see him Friday on the show. Yeah, and you can just I poke at him all the time. He's unflappable.
Mm.
So I that's really cool that it's blossomed like that and given, more opportunities, put you on the radar. Pedro came, now you got your own weekly podcast, giving back. You're not concerned that people are going to take your ideas. You don't feel guarded. You're open to sharing everything.
We probably get like someone coming and dropping in and looking around the gym like every 2 to 3 weeks, like an owner, and then messages pretty regularly, more so since doing the show. And I know Johnny's the same. And we gyms in the UK, like if I helped out another gym that was like a couple of hours away, it's no problem to me. Like, all it does is make CrossFit as a whole better. Like, we need brand power and we need brand experience to be like good across the board. Like, we want to get to the point where, like, if I had a relative in an area, I'd be like, go to any CrossFit gym, you're going to have a great time, like great experience. And I think at the moment, I don't think we're quite there yet. But sharing knowledge is what we need to do.
Yeah, I like that. Instead of complaining, doing something about it. And what other effects did you notice from the Open? How did you get 322 people to sign up?
Yeah, we
what was the push? That's it, just a t-shirt, and that really set it off.
Yeah, so we if you sign up, get a free t-shirt. We did it. We said, right, the first 75 people that sign up, you're going to get a free t-shirt. And then like everyone like dived on that because they wanted the t-shirt. Then we were like, right, we'll increase it to 150. And then it was like, by the time we're at 150, we're like, right, well, we're in now. Let's just do it. Let's just go for it. And 322, a hell of a lot of printing. We print our t-shirts in-house. Like one of the guys on reception does it. Poor guy.
Yeah. Sevon says cluelessly. Oh, I wasn't supposed to read that part. Shoot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What was the signups the year before?
I want to say like 150 maybe, like nowhere near as high.
Okay, but still good.
Yeah, still decent, but I feel like now it's an easier sell because so many people did it. So we've got a huge chunk of the membership base that have already been through it. They know that extra sort of pre-open workout anxiety to post-workout relief is a good trade. You know, it's worthwhile doing it. So they can still remember that from last year. So we've had them sign up. They've got a line in the sand that they will hopefully try and beat. And I'm really happy Quarters is back because that's like another layer that like the affiliate can get into.
Is this the current, pretty close to the current standings? This is from a day ago.
Yeah, I think we're at 150 or 160.
What's the small number next to it mean? 74. That's last week's number?
Yeah, exactly that.
And do you think you'll have a big push at the end?
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of it will come from people doing the workout on the first one and then signing up after they've done it.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Oh, yes. You'll have the Friday night lights or whatever. People will do the workout and then sign up when they put in their score.
Yeah. So they're like, well, you've got your score, you've got like your bit of paper with it. You might as well just go and put it online.
And is the goal to get more than 322?
Yeah. We'd love to get like 450. We'd love to get everyone signed up.
Wow. That's ambitious.
I mean, why not? I mean, this year we've got we've been helped out massively by a UK printing company called the Defy & Co.
Oh yeah. Good guys.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Steve's a legend. So he's helped out with printing the t-shirts, and then Fit Aid have come in and they've paid like the remaining amount. Like they've chucked like a good chunk of money at it. So they've facilitated the t-shirts. So me, Johnny, and the Glasgow guys don't go bust in this Tri Nations thing over t-shirts expenditure. And then like for our guys, like it's £15, $20. You're going to get a t-shirt worth £30 or whatever that is, $35. And then we've also put something extra in for our guys. They get to like spin a random picker wheel in our reception area, and they can get everything from like a free coffee or a free shake after their class all the way through to winning some new trainers. So like for a £15 or $20 input to get all of that value, like no brainer.
Okay, so you're putting in a lot of work though. This doesn't come easy. Ordering the t-shirts, getting the sponsors with Fit Aid, and then doing the free drawing for everyone. This is you're in.
We're in. I mean, we've got so much more help this year, like Pedro and like Dave Shenton. Shout out to both of those guys for helping us out with the brands, and they've been working really hard behind the scenes, doing a lot for us. Is
Pedro helping all the gyms or just your gym?
All of them.
I was gonna say that seems a little unfair.
Should just be ours.
And you do big Friday night lights?
We do the Friday night lights, and then on the final workout, we do like heats for the gym. So like half-hour heats, you book in. Everyone who finishes their heat then sticks around. They do. We put like a food truck there, and then the most stressful night of the year, all the coaches do the workout in front of the gym.
Oh boy,
it's horrible. It's so bad.
Why? Because they're so competitive?
Just, you've got all the members like all around you, everywhere, and then you've got all the coaches who are going to try and win it, and then if you even think about resting during the workout, the screams, like the members like screaming at you to keep moving. It's they love it. Like they love the spectacle of seeing the coaches do
Hurt.
Yeah, just in pain. Yeah.
It sounds like there's going to be some really bad ones this year.
Do you know them? Have you got
I
any
don't.
access?
I don't. But I saw that video, and I saw Raphael Sanson, the tester, saying that when he said, "I won't do that again," I was like, "Oh, that's bad. This is like some thruster rowing fucking burpee, just like something where you can always do one more." Nasty. How about maintaining coaches for that many people, 450 people? Is that hard, keeping a full staff of qualified coaches?
Yeah, it is. It's really tough. We need to make sure that they've got a professional career, and that's the hardest thing. Traditionally, CrossFit has not been in CrossFit. Let's not tar CrossFit with that. Let's just say like fitness in general. For a lot of people, it's kind of a side gig. But we don't want it to be like that. We want it to be viewed like full-on career. And we don't have any, what do you call it? Like 299s or W-2s or something?
Oh, yeah. I think 1099 is if you're a contractor, and W-2 is like you work there and there's some legal implications and tax implications to it.
Yeah. So our version of that, we like have subcontractors. We got rid of that. We have everyone on contracts. They all get pensions. They all get sick pay, which seems like a minimum requirement, really, but it's just not that common in CrossFit. So we need to try and make sure that
it's expensive for the business owner. It's a lot.
It's so expensive.
Yeah. We have rules like and they hate and they hate small businesses in California. So if you go over like 6 employees, there's no incentive to grow your business here.
No, it's the same. It's exactly the same here. Then we get charged more for paying them more.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? These people don't know, and it's so funny too. My dad will be like, "What? You don't like paying taxes?" And I just wish he could hear himself. It's like, no, I don't want to give my money to the politicians. They are the welfare state. I have no problem paying money. I just don't want to give it to the politicians. I don't trust what they're doing with the money.
I mean, it's tax time now in like the UK. Like everyone's sort of paying their tax return, and we added it up, and I think the gym did about £180,000 in tax last year.
Oh my goodness!
But that could have been put to, like, we could have hired more staff. We could have done so much more. We pay the same.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just saying we talked initially that like we do something good. We don't sell vapes. We don't like get people into online gambling. We have the same taxation system as if we were like selling cheap vodka. What's that about?
And there's this misnomer of the language is really fucked because you can fuck with people. You can put words together like waste money. There's no such thing as wasting money. That's not even, it's like wasting time. You can't waste time. It's yours. It's ticking by. No one wasting money would be you go into your basement and burn it. But if I buy a $50,000 wedding ring for someone, like I personally would think that's a waste of my money, but that money's still circulating in the system. If they let you keep that money, it's not like you're going to take it to the basement and burn it. You're just going to put it back into the economy, and someone else is going to spend it at another small business.
Yeah,
I don't understand. We live with sheep. We live with people who just won't think about how, like, hey, there's no such thing as wasting money. That's an impossible thing to do. No one's burning money in their basement. You know what I mean? Like my dad will be like, why does Mark Zuckerberg need a $500 million yacht? I'm like, who gives a fuck? Think of all the people that employs. Think of all the innovation that comes from building a one-off yacht like that. Think of all the cooks that get to work there and the cleaners and like, what do you care? All the construction. What the fuck do you care how he spends his money?
Yeah. I mean, just tax though. Like it's a bit of a sore spot for us here. Like we seem to get absolutely hammered with it, but it's part of it, and we like for the staff side, like we want to make professional careers. One of the problems we ran into in the early days, and I don't know if any other gym owners can sympathize with this, is we used to take people on, they become very good coaches, they become really liked by the community, masters of their trade. But then as they kind of start to age out of that time when they finished like university, college, school, they get drawn away by like the emergency services for like a career, because it's like, for us, there's like a really good pension. They've got a very linear progression towards like the next level of pay. So we've had to professionalize the business to make sure that we don't lose people, like good coaches, to something like that. But that means paying the equivalent wages of our emergency service,
Right.
you know, because they're quite like vocational jobs. You know, you're not sitting behind a desk. They'll go into like police or ambulance or fire service. We had a couple instances like that. But then to match those levels of pay, like it just costs a business so much, and especially when you've got like 16, 17 members of staff.
When I was at CrossFit, Greg would always say, make the videos for the affiliate owners. Make videos for affiliate owners. Don't make them for the clients. Don't make them for anyone else. Just always make them for the affiliate owners. And so sometimes, you know, we would be using, there'd be jargon and people would complain. No one outside the world understands. Greg's like, we're not making content for anyone besides affiliate owners. That's who we care about. If other people enjoy the content, great. But we make shit for affiliate owners. And I thought that was so interesting. When I hear you talk, do you have a mindset like that? Like, hey, 80% of my care is going to go to my coaches, because then that will trickle down to the clients. Like, as the guy at the top of the food chain, are you like coaches,
Mm-hmm.
and then that transfers to the clients? How do you ever think about it like that?
Yeah,
like, who are
definitely.
you taking care of?
Coaches. We also have like a front desk. So we have members of like reception staff, and they need taken care of as well. And then we have 2 managerial staff as well to kind of cover both shifts in the day. So they all need career progression. They all need something to work towards. And as a small business, like if you go to a huge corporation, like some HR person's done that, they've worked it out, they've done it. It's on us as small business owners to make sure that we've got that. And yeah, we'll focus on the staff as much as we possibly can and try and make it as good as we can for them, because it works. Like, let's say if we can generate enough revenue in the business to then pay good wages, then we'll attract really good people.
Yeah.
We'll attract good operators and good coaches. And if we can attract good operators and coaches, then we can charge a higher premium for our service, because it's worth that and people will see value in it, which means we can then pay more coaches higher rates, and then the system starts to move upwards and upwards and upwards and upwards. If we pay shit wages and attract like no talent, poor talent, if we can call it that, then the spiral starts to go down and down and down, you know?
Yeah. From the top, it's all set. Do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
And how long have you been with her?
12 years.
Oh, wow.
Years.
Oh, wow. And what is she? Is she happy with the business?
Yeah, she works in it. Yeah, she works in it.
So
she's like the nutrition side. Donna runs our nutrition program.
So she's not. She doesn't feel. She's okay with how much time you spend on the business.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. It's like I said in the beginning, I probably started it too early, and I said that because it's like all consuming. I don't think I could give it up now or change the way I work within it. I still do, 50, 60-hour weeks, because I think it can still be better. Donna does a really good job of understanding that, to be fair to her. And she loves training. So she also has a really nice gym that she can train in.
I think your 30s are meant to grind.
I agree.
I think your 30s are like your 30s and your early 40s is where you should be putting out your best work. You accumulate the knowledge, up until you're 30, and then 30, you put your head down and your blinders on and you just crush shit.
I agree. But I think mid to late 20s, I don't know. I don't know what else I would have been doing.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand that where you felt like you started early, to open the gym, but like I think like, man, these are the best years of your life. You can. This is where you're because you'll reach an age where you can't stay up late and you can't get up early in the same, every day. It just fucking happens. You end up like me, and you're like napping in the middle of the day and shit. Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. Uh, um, what about a second location? I know it's kind of a weird time to ask you about that when you're trying to secure your current location. Did you ever think about that?
Yeah, we did. Pre-COVID, we had plans to open 2 more, like at least 1 more location, and then with like sort of really like further down the line do a 3rd one. We run the business through like quite a systematic process, so we know how members are. We know how we make people aware of who we are. So first of all, we need to make the general public and the people in our area aware that we exist. They cannot make a decision if they don't even know that we're here. So we have to make some efforts to make people aware. We have quite a good system for that now. And then we bring them in. We have a good system and the staff know how to do that. We have a good system on onboarding them and giving them the tools to get the most out of the classes. And then we have a good system for retention. So all the processes are in place. And I feel like it's too systematic to just do it on one location. It would be like having, I don't know, like saying an In-N-Out burger, systems and procedures and a business model that could be expanded up to multiple locations, but just doing it on one. But the part where we fall down is just getting really good staff. If we were going, you know what I mean? Like, if you were doing a class, how much of the experience is based on the person in front?
Hey, look at aviation. So in the United States, we have this mass shortage of people who will work in the towers. So we have airports all over the fucking country. We have an insane fleet of airplanes, but you need some really highly qualified people to work in those towers, and like we're short 1,000. And so all of that, you're like, does that kind of fit the analogy? You like you have the systems and everything in place, but where are you going to curate another 16 insane employees? That you're saying that's where the that's the slow point in the system.
Yeah, that's the bottleneck in it. Like when you go to another service industry, like let's say you're going to go down the road and you're going to get a cup of coffee, how much was the interaction the thing that you paid for? Was it the product? Like you could have a great interaction, like a dog shit cup of coffee, and you'd be like, this was terrible. You could have a really poor interaction and have a great cup of coffee, and you'd be like, that was a really good cup of coffee. Do you know that it's such a small percentage, but in what we do, I think like the workout is massive, but it's not everything. The equipment that you use isn't everything. Like you could go into a really, really beat down, terrible facility, cold, dirty, and then if you get someone like, let's say like big up JR and Johnny, like you get one of them taking your class, you'd be like, that was great. That was worth my time. That was worthwhile experience.
I'm an interaction person. I need good interaction. Interaction trumps for me, but I get it. There's people on both sides and you need both.
Yeah, but like it works in so many other service industries, like the hotel. It's not hinging on the person. It's not hinging in a cafe. Like if the food's the main thing of our product is the coaching, and it's so vulnerable.
Yeah.
And until we can make it so there's people who are coming out of colleges and universities going, we need, like, my passion is to go and work in a professional CrossFit gym, and we can elevate that. I think we will always struggle to get coaches worthy coaches that are able to work in we are going to struggle to open multiple locations and the good affiliates to be able to open good locations until they can get a steady flow of high level coaches.
In your 20s, you should be homeless slacker looking for your next score. He's making fun of me. Yeah, listen, your 20s are for knowing what's on TV, getting pussy, finding the cheapest weed. And in your 30s, if you're still watching like football in your 30s, you're a fucking idiot. If you're still chasing pussy in your 30s, you're an idiot. You're 30, like the day you turn 30, you just put your head down and you grind. And you by then hopefully you found your passion and you're just obsessed. You know what I mean? For me, it was video editing. I was just obsessed. And so that's like, and then the other, yeah, if you're still drinking, like all that shit you have to be done by the time you're 30. I think. Or else then you're going to turn 40 and you're going to be like, what the fuck happened?
Well, by that time it's ingrained, isn't it? Like if you haven't kicked those habits by then now they're like, right.
Like whole trends should I never went on Facebook. Facebook just because I was working. Facebook and for people who worked on Facebook or use it for their vacation, I'm not dogging it, but to use like anyone who uses their phone other than for their vocation, like that's a bad sign. Like if you're
Tinder?
not using
Dating apps?
Yeah, that's a you will never be as successful as me if you're not using your phone. Like every time you should pick up your phone, it should be transactional. Everything should be pushing in the same direction. If I'll give you an example. If Jamie gets into plants, it should be because and it should be because he wants plants in his gym. How is he going to incorporate those to the entryway of his gym? There's like nothing that shouldn't be pushing the whole system forward at all fucking times when you're 30. Like if you know who won the Super Bowl and you're 33 years old and you're not a fucking professional ref in the NFL, you're a fucking idiot. You're like Pokemon should come like Facebook just came and left because I was working. You know what I mean? Or like Pokemon just came and left. Like I don't know what the fuck Pokemon is. I still don't know what it is. I see cards like littered on the street sometimes, but like they're like fictitious baseball cards or something. Like you should not know that shit in your 30s. And like everything should be simple. You always go to the same fucking gas station. You wear the same fucking clothes. You eat the same thing every day because you're doing your fucking thing. That's it. It's your 30s. It's cool and it's fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, do you think you're gonna who won last year? Do you know who had the most signups?
A gym in Portugal called CrossFit Black Edition.
How are they doing this year?
Really good, unfortunately.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah. So they have I don't know how they do it. So they're 378 they've got, and then Diablo's doing quite well, and then there's Johnny, and then there's us.
All right. Well, hey, it sounds like what's cool. What I'm gleaning off you is you're still like you have a lot of really cool stimulation between dealing with the purchase of the building, being it's crazy that 12 years in, all of a sudden you're motivated to win the Open. You got a good girl. It sounds like you're in a good spot in your life. It sounds like you haven't fallen asleep at the wheel. It doesn't sound like you have any chance to just go through the motions.
Yeah.
Every time you turn a corner, there's another obstacle, and you're up for it.
Yeah. Happy with it. Definitely. Best job.
Well, thank you so much. You probably know this, but every person who comes into your gym, there's nowhere else in your country except other CrossFit gyms where people are coming in and leaving better every single minute. Your contribution to society, you'll never fucking know. How many people have been helped either through the kinds of acts of kindness that people who leave your gym, the reduction on the resources of society. I mean, you are you're in the funnel of the most impactful place, I believe, on planet Earth, and that's teaching people how to move and eat. So thank you for what you're doing, and thanks for coming on and sharing stories.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Mr. John, hello. Oh, I thought he was saying hi to you. It's Jamie Walton. Jamie.
Hi, hello. He done something really funny actually. When Pedro put on a video, my girlfriend was in one of like the clips that he'd put on, and she didn't get her chest to the floor on the burpee, and Hiller like no repped her, and it went like viral through the gym, like Donna getting no rep. It was perfect. I can't thank that guy enough.
Oh, I love it. Hi to Jamie too. Yeah. The no rep videos are so good. I do understand how people, it's like their whole fucking life and like every cent they make is on, every rep. But The High Rocks ones, those people should be loving those. That's just he's
Yeah.
just giving free publicity to High Rocks. Oh, dude, let me talk. Do you have a second?
Yeah.
How is High Rocks? Just exploding in Europe? Just exploding? You have a High Rocks
Yeah.
class?
Yeah. No, we don't do any of that. We
Have you done one? Have you done one?
No. It's like we've got coaches and we've got people who come to the gym who do it, and it's huge in Europe, but what the like running around in circles and doing the burpee broad jumps, like it gets people moving great, but I just can't help feel at some point it's going to be a feeder program to CrossFit, and I do wonder whether it's going to be the second wind. We could, like, if all things kind of fell into place, like we're going to get people who are searching for that next thing. Once you've done the running and the farmers carries and the 100 wall balls, like let's lift our muscle up. Let's do some squat snatches. Like let's improve on that skill development. So I do wonder if it's going to be a bit of a feeder program.
You get people who come in. I'm sure you've had at least one who they're like, "Hey, I want to do High Rocks. Can you help me?"
Yeah. So I'll explain to them, as impartially as I can, that it's High Rocks is just a long CrossFit workout.
Right. That's how I view it too. Something CrossFit should have done.
Well, yeah, maybe. That's another conversation, I suppose. But it would have been a great like feeder program to have under the banner. Was that ever a possibility? Do you think?
Yes. Those ideas, that idea had been around forever. I mean, I'd never heard it quite like CrossFit. I think my ideas were a little more different than Dave's, but for sure, those types of things should have been owned by CrossFit. The Tough Mudders, the Spartan races, those should have all been, because I think what people do is they start to, you do CrossFit and then you want to find avenues to express your fitness, right? Or you get maybe burnt out from running, so you switch to Olympic lifting, and then eventually you end up back at CrossFit again. Yeah, there should be all sorts of avenues within our ecosystem where you can express your fitness. And that guy, I think the German guy, I forget his name, he cracked the code on it. Yeah.
Fair play.
I even hated the name in the beginning, and now the name doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. We got wind of it, like, I want to say it was definitely pre-COVID, like 2019, 2018. and I was like, that just looks so boring. Like, just like, surely people aren't going to latch onto that. But I think for a lot of people, the low complexity side of it, they can kind of get into it. But hopefully we can capitalize on the progression from it. So people do the High Rocks. They get out of they start training. Maybe it's one of their first avenues into training, and then they'll come to us at some point.
It's like for people who want to work through their pathologies too. What does that word mean?
Like, how do you mean? Like
their mental issues. It's like running. Do you know what I mean? Like people who are into running, like all the people I know into running have mental issues. Like the people who are really into running, like they're not cool people. They're like they were either former drug addicts, they're worry warts, they're people who don't like to spend time alone, like just hardcore runners. And so somewhere in that, so you find a lot of people find their sport that is medication for their pathology, for their mental disorder. And the High Rocks it has a little bit of that itching people's pathologies, right? It's in it, not like ultra running, but you know what I mean? It's like there's like a sense of like accomplishment, like, I feel like it's more of like a, God, this is going to be horrible, lower self-esteem than the CrossFitter. Like they just have the noisy brain, not as noisy as the ultra runners. They are fucked up. They are like, they want to like cover their body in tattoos, punch holes in their face, and use butt beads. Where you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do. I think
but High Rocks is definitely in the pathological medical space.
Like if we took someone who's just finished like an ultra running race and we didn't know what they'd just done, you'd be like, okay, this person needs to go to the hospital now, and they'd inflicted that on themselves.
Yes.
Is
Yes.
that self-harm to some degree?
Maybe, yes. I would never thought of it like that, but it's just it's demon management. You know what I mean? It's and I just don't, I think, CrossFit, there's some of that, but on the spectrum of demon management, CrossFit has a broader spectrum of people who have baby demons to big demons, to whereas like you go out to ultra marathon running and it's like have you ever been on a cruise ship?
Yes.
Have you ever been to Disneyland?
No.
Okay, so if you go to either of those events, you quickly realize that what's happening here is these are all drug addicts and their drug is sugar. So if you go on a cruise ship, they have these free feeding rooms, and and then you pay to go on a cruise ship, and they have a room that's just like you can eat as much as you want, and then if you pay a little more, you can eat in a different room. If you pay a little more, you can eat in a different room. If you're the highest tiered person, no one in there is fucking stuffing their face. It's like all the fucking super hot people. But in the room that we're just that standard room, it's just fucking macaroni and cheese and bread and fucking pasta. And it's just fat motherfuckers who come on the cruise, and for a week they just go in that room and eat. Same with Disneyland. You go to Disneyland and it's just obese people everywhere sitting up against the wall eating sugar. Like you realize, oh, these are food escapes. Like, you know what I mean? That's how kind of CrossFit is for people who like go on the cruise ship and get the most expensive package, but they don't really even eat the food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're by the swimming pool.
Great analogy.
You know what I mean?
Love that.
But ultra running's for the fucking like you're like, yeah, you're off your deep end, off the deep end. I mean, that was so cool. I was so proud to be a CrossFitter. Most proud I've been in a long time, even though I'm always proud of it. When I saw Jason had never ran more than 8 miles and he ran that 13 miles. That was so cool. Just put it on the fucking line.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I actually liked Hiller did the video for when you said like, this is how I would do the World Fitness Project finals.
Yeah.
And he did the programming for it, and it had like all these different challenges. Like he put in a high rocks, he put in the stuff, and you'd be able to see like Jason can just rock up and do his half marathon in like an unbelievable time. Like let a CrossFitter like show their skill and show their fitness against like standardized testing at some point. Yeah.
Did you go to Denmark for that event? No, you don't have time for that. You're too busy tightening the bolts on your
ski. Yeah.
Jamie, thank you so much for coming on. Thanks for all your time.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me.
I look forward to running into you. Any chance you'd be at the games this year? Too many bolts to tighten.
One day.
All right.
One day.
All right, buddy. Cheers. Thanks for coming on. Jamie Walton, CrossFit Newcastle. Is that the name? No. Method CrossFit.
Method training
in Newcastle, United Kingdom. Nicest gym in the world. Head on over. All right, brother. Have a good day.
Thanks, Yvonne.
Ciao. Well, how would you rank him as a human being? I'm gonna give him a 10. Thanks, Jamie. Have a Newcastle on me. I don't think thank you, Jamie. I don't think I don't see any really I don't know if I see any High Rocks hate. I guess I mean, look, we all love CrossFit and we give CrossFit 1,000 times more criticism. I don't know. I mean, just they're 500 events in and the carpets still buckle. I mean, they deserve it. Like you deserve, you know what I mean? Like you deserve like an ass pounding. That's not High Rocks hate. You just deserve an ass pounding. You just deserve you just deserve an ass pounding. Today's Tuesday, garbage day. Also have to take the kids to gymnastics. I wonder if I'm gonna have time to do a show with Taylor this evening. Saturday we have Kill Taylor. The new format's absolutely crushing. I cannot believe how many people were having call in. This is fucking crazy. I would have never thought this format would do better. So I guess what's happening is we're not. I mean, you guys tell me. Since Taylor doesn't go first, more people. He's not shitting all over people's confidence. So the new format's fucking brilliant. I'm loving all the people calling in. I ordered a dog. I'm doing show and tell right now. What else do I have going on? I cloned my I finished cloning all my mulberry trees. Cloned over 100 mulberry trees. I'm gonna clone passion fruit next. A couple hundred of those, the banana passion fruit, and then the regular traditional passion fruit. Friday we have the CrossFit Games update show. I only have 2 topics for it so far. That's added some stress in my life because always like now I have to give a shit more of what's going on in CrossFit. God, I started watching the Cam Hanes. I watched a podcast with Jason Hopper. It's the second Cam Hanes interview I've watched. I like him as a person. I do not enjoy him as a podcaster, not even a little bit. But the good news is Jason looks like a superstar on it. I watched 20 minutes of it. Jason's just fucking amazing. Thank God Jason interrupts him once in a while. Holy fuck. But he seems like a really cool dude, Cam Hanes. But when he talks, there just needs to be more meat on the bone. And I need like things pointed at. Can't have things just being like, yeah, they have squatting in high rocks. They have 67 squats, and most people don't do them to depth. And the squats always been in there. Like 3 of the movements have squatting below parallel, and yet no one does. Like I need tangible shit. I hate fucking gobbledygook. Why are you talking in gobbledygook? I need examples of shit. He does well for his audience. Yeah, he's just a nice guy. He just seems like just a nice guy. Yep, I'm getting a puppy from the puppy mill. But Jason, in the first 20 minutes, Jason's a superstar. And Jason interrupts him like 3 times to get some words in, and it was good. Appreciated that. Oh boy. What is this? Oh, let me see. This looks like it was posted on Justin Medeiros' Instagram account. This is from the ranch a couple days ago.
Dude, do we need a third? Like, look at you, look at me.
I mean, I think just in the rules.
Like, spiritually, do you and I need a third?
Yeah.
It's a team competition. You need 3 people.
All right, we want strong, fast, smart's huge.
Doesn't complain.
That's a big one.
Low ego.
That kind of eliminates most people.
Yeah.
Woo! It's time. Been waiting for this. Name? James Sprague. Trained my whole life for this moment. Sure hope it pays off. All right, so we're just going to go classic CrossFit Grace.
Okay.
You have 30 seconds.
I've got a good feeling about this guy.
Stand by. Go. Ah. Ah. Ah.
Nice shit.
Woo! Did I make the cut, boys? Gosh, dude. Thought sub 9 minutes was quick. What do I gotta do?
Yeah, I gotta take care of something real quick. What's up, fellas? Heard y'all looking for an it factor. I'm here to try out.
I mean, you're gonna have to like work out. You do CrossFit?
Yeah.
I didn't think I needed to really try out. I like to keep things humble, which I am.
Champ.
Dick. We're gonna start out with something simple. We're just gonna do like air squats like we're doing the worm. You're gonna be in the back. Just sneak off them and down. Okay. All right. Worm will be on the right side. Right side. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Stop. How's that?
That was great.
Good?
I think we're synced up.
What's going on with the worm?
Man, I don't know. I feel like they just weren't moving fast enough. I mean, I was doing my part.
All right. Well, we're gonna need him to do something.
Right. We need lifting. Could you give us a snatch or two? Like, do you know what that is? I mean, that would work.
That'll work.
So what do you think about Jason so far?
You know, he's checking some of the boxes, but some of them, I'm not so sure. He's athletic. He's got that part.
I was really hoping it would be the belt snap. Goodness, this is a YouTube video, not IG. It's probably on YouTube. It's probably on YouTube. All right. Is there is the belt snap anywhere? That's what I want to see. I want to see I need to see the belt snap. I want to see that. Someone must have been filming that. I want to see how angry James gets. All right. Angelo DiChico is on Coffee Pods and Wads. Probably will listen to that today. All right. Pat Lang says those guys are great. I don't know if that's an endorsement. I will see you guys. Maybe it'll be a series. What did someone say here? CrossFit Office, the Project Fitness. Yeah, maybe that'll be a series. Maybe we'll see more skits from these guys. Milky Hammers. Will there be a Seb on podcast show later? I don't know. I'm kidding. Yeah, when's the last time you guys added someone to your favorites? I added someone to my favorites very recently. It's always weird adding and subtracting people from your that's probably it's always weird adding and subtracting people from your favorites, isn't it? You're always like, wow, that person's gone. Wow, that person's really in. I kind of feel sorry for anyone who's in my favorite. Because I'll just bug people. Hi. Are we doing a show today? Inquiring minds want to know.
On what?
Just, on the Sevon podcast. Just on critical thinking.
Do you want me to jump on now, or are you getting off? You're getting off now.
No, I'm getting off now. Plus, you can't be on this channel. You have to be corralled.
Oh, you're on CrossFit Network right now.
Community fitness first. Are we doing a show later?
Yeah, what time?
I don't know. But if you're open to it, I'll start pulling the notes together.
Yeah, evening would be a good show. Have you heard of Fit Responder? There's a lot of crazy things people are saying. Anyways, Fit Responder had a super rational and logical take that I really liked. And I was also thinking yesterday, and we can talk about this later, but I was like, man, Instagram is the worst place to be talking about this because really it's essentially you interjecting a 10 to 30-second opinion on something with no desire to discuss that opinion with people. It's just kind of like off-gassing your opinion on the world and then letting them sit with it.
Hey,
And I had that thought as a result of something Chandler Smith posted on his story. So I click on this guy's story, essentially. Chandler Smith, I want to say the guy's name was like, let's see. Let me pull this up. It was just, okay, yeah, here's the guy, Ben V. Smith. And it's a post where he's like, hey, let's talk about fear. And it basically says that the media is using fear to manipulate our positions, our opinions, our reactions to things. And they're using fear to keep us from thinking critically about situations and from, looking at things objectively. So I'm like, oh, wow, that's a good, I kind of agree with that. The media is using fear and both sides are doing it. So I go to his page and he talks about the media using fear. And then in the post just previous to that, he says, Trump is bad. MAGA is a cult. Fuck ICE.
Hey,
MAGA is a cult. That's fear.
Hey, I know it's awesome. Hey, that's the way it was during COVID. I remember, so we were seeing pictures of people dead bodies all over India, and then you find out the body bags are empty, and all it was like, hey, there's freezers full of dead bodies outside of hospitals in New York. Do you remember? It was just fear, fear, fear. Grandma's gonna die. So it was very fear driven. And then I would use my own discernment, and I'd be like, well, I don't know anyone who's dead. I haven't seen anyone who's dead. I don't know anyone. Like I just like, so there's these two competing narratives, right? My personal experience and then what's being told to me, right? And so I was trying to figure out the two. And then when I got COVID, I mean, I don't know if I actually got it, but I think I got it. When I got COVID, I was like, I actually felt some of that, the fear story come in. Do you know what I mean? And I noticed when my wife got it the first day she got it, even though it wasn't like I was like on this podcast, I had all this bravado, like, fuck that, I'm healthy, I have no comorbidities. But then when I got it, the scared story still was there. It wasn't noisy because I had my own discernment and I just kind of ignored it. But yeah, the fear thing is the fear thing's massive. I do want to, in going back, I think I used this example with you also, but the thing is like, you and I both want to carry water, right? So you carry it in a pitcher and I carry it in a bucket. And we may argue which is better. I'm like, no, use a bucket, you can carry more water. And you're like, yeah, but a pitcher's better because it has a narrow opening and it won't spill when you move with it. And so we may fight over whether how the best way to carry water. The problem is then where the real difficult challenge is when there's someone who enters the room who's like, hey, carrying water is stupid and only horrible people do it. And now the conversation has changed. And I feel like that's kind of where we're at. I've been listening to a lot of opinions outside of the where you and I both want to carry water, and their whole perspective is totally different, right? They're like, yeah, it's interesting. But you and I can get on a show and argue, and for some reason we stay friends. It makes our friendship even tighter.
Yeah, it's strange. I saw this other thing, it was talking about, hey, we don't have a disagreement in immigration policy or border enforcement policy between the right and the left because 80% of people want criminal illegal aliens deported. That's most of the country. I'd argue maybe even more than that.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing there. Who cares what they want? The Constitution's to protect us from what we want. That's another thing. It keeps being couched on what the polls say. No, we're a fucking sovereign nation that should have borders. And if 99% of the country wants to get rid of it, you still don't get rid of it. It was put in by our forefathers to protect us from our own idiocy. right?
Yep.
Anyway, yep, we need to do a show today.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
down. See ya.
Love you, buddy. We'll do it this evening. All right, Milky Hammers, you got
All right,
us
let's
all
see, bye.
stimulated. Bye. Definitely show today. I see both sides posting George Orwell quotes. Yeah, it's amazing, right? Yeah, that we're both pointing at each other saying the same thing. It's funny. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thanks again to Jamie Walton. Great Jim. Love you guys.